Okay, so you've got it down to the Big Island or Kauai. Good choices, honestly. But here's what I keep hearing in consultations. People pick the Big Island because they want to see the volcano, and then they're surprised to find out there's so much more to do there. Or they pick Kauai thinking the whole island is this lush jungle wonderland, and then they get to the South Shore and it's sunny and dry. Both islands are amazing, but they're totally different experiences. And what I've learned after 40-something trips to Hawaii is that the right island really depends on what you actually want to do, not just what the photos look like on Instagram. So today I'm breaking down what each island is actually like, the real logistics, what people get wrong, and how to figure out which one makes sense for your trip. All right, Big Island versus Kauai. This comes up constantly in consultations, and I get why it's tough. They're both incredible. They're both less crowded than Oahu or Maui, and honestly, you'd have a great trip on either one. But they're different enough that your choice really matters. So let's start with the thing nobody really talks about, but absolutely affects your whole trip. Size. The Big Island is massive, like bigger than all the other Hawaiian islands combined. And what that means for you is that if you want to see the volcano and the Kona coast and Hilo's waterfalls, you're either going to spend half your vacation in the car or you need to do a split stay. I almost always recommend the split stay. Most people do a few nights in Kona on the west side, then move to either Hilo or the volcano area for a couple of nights. Here's what. Hawaii Volcanoes National Park is about 2 hours from Kona. You can do it as a day trip, but it's long. And if you want to see Akaka Falls or the Hamakua Coast or any of the Hilo stuff, that's another big chunk of driving. Just yesterday, I was working with a client who wanted to do an island hopping trip with Maui and the Big Island. And we had to really map out which activities made each island special so they weren't just driving the whole time. Kauai? Totally different situation. It's way smaller. You can drive from one end to the other in about an hour and a half, except you can't actually drive all the way around because the Na Pali Coast is in the way. But the point is, you can stay in one spot. Most people pick either Poipu on the south shore or Kapa'a on the east shore, and you're within an hour of pretty much everything. I just helped a client plan a Kauai trip where we did a split stay between Kapa'a and the North Shore, and we figured out exactly how many days in each spot made sense for their activities and what their family wanted to do. But that was a specific situation. For most people, you don't need to change hotels on Kauai. Now, let's talk about what you're actually going to do there, because this is where people get it wrong. The Big Island, yes, Hawaii Volcanoes National Park is the main draw, and it should be. It's incredible, but I cannot tell you how many people book a Big Island trip just to check the volcano off their list, and they have no clue about everything else. Like, the Big Island has black sand beaches, a green sand beach, some of the best stargazing in the world at Mauna Kea, amazing coffee farms, and this whole Paniolo cowboy culture. It's not just about the volcano. That said, the volcano is really cool. You can hike across old lava flows, walk through a lava tube, and depending on conditions, you might see glowing lava. The park is open 24/7. Bring layers because the weather up there changes every 5 minutes. You could be in a fog, and then it clears up, and then it rains. Just roll with it. I have a whole episode about Hawaii Volcanoes National Park that you should definitely check out. Beyond the volcano, though, there are these unique experiences you literally cannot do anywhere else. The Atlantis submarine in Kona. You go 100 feet underwater without getting wet. It's perfect if you've got little kids or anyone who can't snorkel. Swimming with manta rays at night, which is honestly one of the most magical things people say they've ever experienced. The manta rays come right up to you. It's unreal. There's also this cultural ATV tour through Aloha Adventures Farm in Kona, where you're not just riding ATVs in the jungle. You stop at these Polynesian villages and do hands-on stuff like poi pounding and learning about Hawaiian culture. It's adventure plus education, which is pretty rare. But here's what I want to be straight with you about. The Big Island is not known for its beaches. Hapuna Beach is probably the most famous, and it's beautiful, but it's gotten expensive. As of this year, it's $10 per vehicle plus $5 per person. Kids 3 and under are free, but for a family of 4, you're looking at $30 just to park at a beach. King Cam Beach in downtown Kona is free, and it has a protected lagoon, so that's a better option if you're trying to save money. But if beaches are your number one priority, Kauai has better ones, I'm just being honest. The Big Island really shines if you want those unique adventures. If you're excited about seeing a volcano, if you want to experience really different landscapes, from lava fields to rainforest to ranch land, it's for people who don't mind a little more driving or switching hotels to see it all. Now, Kauai. Kauai is the oldest Hawaiian island, and that matters because millions of years of erosion have created these dramatic cliffs and valleys and waterfalls everywhere. It's called the Garden Isle for a reason. But here's the misconception. People think that the whole island is this dense jungle, like Jurassic Park. Parts of it are, especially the North Shore and the interior, but Kauai actually has really different microclimates. The South Shore around Poipu is sunny and dry most of the time. The East Shore is moderate. The North Shore gets greener and wetter. You're not stuck in the jungle the whole trip. And Kauai genuinely has better beaches than the Big Island, especially for families. Woodgate Beach Park has this huge protected saltwater pool that's basically a natural kiddie pool. Poipu Beach has shallow areas for kids and better snorkeling for older ones. Hanalei Bay on the North Shore is gorgeous. It's calm in the summer, good waves for learning to surf in the winter. Anini Beach has a super calm water, like really calm. The beach options are just better overall. What makes Kauai special beyond beaches, though, is how dramatic everything is. Waimea Canyon really does look like a mini Grand Canyon. The Na Pali Coast is one of the most photographed places in Hawaii for a reason. These massive green cliffs dropping straight to the ocean. Most people see it from a boat, which usually involves snorkeling. You can also hike part of it if you're up for it. Kauai also has activities you can't do anywhere else. Mountain tubing, where you float down old sugar plantation ditches on inner tubes, going through dark tunnels with just your headlamp, kayaking up the Wailua River to a secret waterfall. These are uniquely Kauai things. The vibe on Kauai is more laid back overall. It's smaller, feels less developed. There aren't huge mega resorts everywhere. Even the bigger resorts feel more chill. It's got this surf town energy, especially on the North Shore. Now let me compare some specifics because this is what people actually want to know. Snorkeling. Both islands have good spots, they're just different. The Big Island has great snorkeling along the Kona coast. Places like Kahalu'u Beach Park where you can see tons of fish right from the shore. Kauai's best spot is probably Tunnels Beach on the North Shore. I'd say they're pretty even on snorkeling. Hiking. Kauai probably edges out the Big Island here. Trails along the Na Pali Coast, hikes in Waimea Canyon, waterfalls all over. The Big Island has great hiking too. Volcano Park, Pololu Valley, Waipio Valley, but Kauai just has more variety in a smaller area. Luaus. Both islands have good ones. The Voyagers of the Pacific Luau at the Royal Kona Resort on the Big Island is fantastic. The food is incredible, like I almost licked my plate. The show is great, right on the water, really beautiful setting. For 2026, general admission is running about $169 to $182 for adults, $66 to $71 for kids ages 6 through 11, and is free for kids 5 and under. On Kauai, there's Luau Kalamaku, which is more theatrical, and Smith's Family Luau. Both islands deliver on the luau experience. Money-wise, both islands have options across the board. You've got budget hotels, mid-range places, luxury resorts. On the Big Island, the Hilton Waikoloa Village is the big family resort. Pools, restaurants, activities, even a dolphin program. It's pricey, but it's an experience. There are also mid-range options like the Royal Kona Resort or the Courtyard King Kamehameha in Kona. On Kauai, the Grand Hyatt in Poipu is gorgeous, or the Royal Sonesta in Lihue is more moderate. Both islands have great vacation rentals too, which can work well for families or if you want a kitchen. Just make sure whatever you're booking is legal because vacation rental laws are strict right now. Activities add up on either island. Luaus are $150 to $180 per adult. Tours run $100 to $200 per person. The submarine on the Big Island is around $130. Helicopter tours on either island are about $250 to $400 per person. You're going to want to budget for this stuff. Both islands also have plenty of free activities. Beaches, hiking, scenic drives, farmers markets. You can head to Hawaii Travel with Kids to learn more about the free stuff on each island. So, who should go where? Here's my honest take. Pick the Big Island if seeing an active volcano is really important to you. If you want those unique experiences you can't get anywhere else, the submarine, swimming with manta rays, and that cultural ATV tour. If you're really into nature and geology and seeing dramatic different landscapes. If you don't mind driving or doing a split stay. If you want more resort options and restaurant choices. Pick Kauai if you want gorgeous beaches with calm water. If you prefer staying in one place and day tripping instead of moving hotels. If you love hiking and want a ton of different trails. If you want a more laid-back, less touristy vibe. If you want that classic, lush green Hawaii look. Both are great year-round, but there are some seasonal things to know. Winter, which is November through March, is whale season on both islands, and that's where you'll see the best surf on the North Shores. It's also peak season though, so more crowded and more expensive. Summer, which is June through August, is when the North Shore beaches are calmest for swimming. It's also peak family travel season. Spring and fall are shoulder seasons. Fewer crowds, better prices, still good weather. I've got a whole episode about why fall is actually the best time to visit Hawaii if you want to save money. On the Big Island, the Kona side is dry and sunny pretty much year-round. The Hilo side gets more rain, which is why it's so green and has all those waterfalls. On Kauai, the South Shore stays driest. The North Shore can get rain, but even rain showers are usually quick. Here's how I think about making this decision. What's the one thing you absolutely have to do? If it's seeing an active volcano, that's the Big Island. If you've been dreaming of those Na Pali Coast cliffs, that's Kauai. Think about your travel style. Do you like adventure and trying new things? Or do you prefer relaxing on beaches? Both islands have both, but the Big Island leans more toward adventure, Kauai leans more beach time. Think about logistics. Are you okay with changing hotels and more driving? Big Island. Want to unpack once and stay put? Kauai. Think about your group. Traveling with young kids who need calm beach water? Kauai. Have teenagers who want unique experiences? Big Island. And look, if you're still not sure about all this, that's completely normal. This is literally what consultations are for. We talk through your specific situation, what you actually want to do, your budget, your group, and figure out not just which island, but also where to stay, what activities are worth the money, and how to structure your days so you're not exhausted. Sometimes the answer is let's do both if you have enough time. Sometimes it's based on what you've told me, Kauai is definitely your island. It just depends. You can book a consultation at hawaiitravelwithkids.com if you want that personalized help. I've also got a free 7-day email course for each island at hawaiitravelwithkids.com. One for the Big Island, one for Kauai. They walk you through all the planning steps. And if you want everything laid out for you, I've got full travel guides for both islands with complete itineraries, day-by-day schedules, all my activity recommendations, where to eat, all that stuff. Other podcast episodes that might help, there's one on how to plan a Big Island trip, one on Kauai Hidden Gems with Jessica Sanders, and one comparing all 4 main islands for families if you're also considering Maui and Oahu. So bottom line, both the Big Island and Kauai are incredible. You really can't go wrong. The Big Island is for people who want adventure and unique experiences. Kauai is for people who want beautiful beaches and dramatic scenery in a more compact, laid-back setting. Figure out what matters most to you, and you'll know which one's right. If this episode helped you, please rate it and leave a review wherever you listen to podcasts. It really helps other folks find this podcast. Thanks for listening, and aloha.